In the world of professional wrestling, pain has always been part of the performance, but for Ilja Dragunov, pain is an art form. And as the United States champion makes his return to WWE television, his chilling words, "Pain shall entertain you," have reignited the fire among fans and critics alike. This isn't just a statement. It's a warning. Because when Ilja Dragunov speaks about pain, it's not metaphorical. It's his language. It's the essence of his craft. The return of the Mad Dragon. Ilja Dragunov, known across the wrestling world as the Mad Dragon, has always been one of the most intense, emotionally raw performers in WWE. After weeks of absence from SmackDown due to an undisclosed injury and a rumored creative reset, Dragunov made his shocking return at last week's show, confronting former rival Carmelo Hayes and sending a clear message: the U.S. Championship still bleeds through his veins. Fans erupted as his theme hit, the crimson lights flooded the arena, and his face, calm yet burning with fury, appeared on screen. The chants of "Ilja, Ilja," filled the air as the returning champion declared, "Greater than, pain shall entertain you, and I am the artist who will make you feel every second of it." It was a chilling declaration, and a reminder that Dragunov is not just back, he's out for blood. A champion built on suffering. Few WWE superstars embody the word intensity like Dragunov. Since his arrival in NXT UK, the Russian-born competitor forged a reputation for transforming pain into performance. His battles with Gunther, then known as Walter, are still remembered as two of the most brutal and emotional matches in modern WWE history. In their NXT UK Championship clash, Dragunov absorbed punishment that would break most men. But he didn't just survive, he thrived. He used Gunther's chops, strikes, and submissions as fuel, his body turning red, his spirit unbroken. And when he finally dethroned the Ring General in 2021, he didn't just win a title. He earned the world's respect. That match was pure, unscripted emotion, the kind of wrestling that transcends storylines. And now, as the U.S. champion, Dragunov carries that same philosophy to the main roster, wrestling not as entertainment, but as sacrifice. Pain shall entertain you, the philosophy of Ilja Dragunov. When Dragunov spoke the phrase, "Pain shall entertain you," it wasn't a catchphrase, it was his truth. His wrestling style is rooted in struggle, emotion, and endurance. Every strike, every scream, every expression tells a story of inner conflict. He's not the loudest man on the microphone, but every word carries conviction. For Dragunov, pain is not something to be avoided, it's a tool. He's often said in interviews that pain connects him to the audience, that every bruise and welt is a conversation between performer and fan. It's a stark contrast to the flashy arrogance of many WWE stars. Where others boast about dominance, Dragunov speaks of suffering, and through that, finds beauty. His quote resonated deeply across social media, with fans calling it poetry and violence, and analysts dubbing it the perfect summary of his character. The state of the U.S. Championship scene. Dragunov's return couldn't have come at a more crucial time. The U.S. Championship, once a symbol of American wrestling heritage, had lost its shine in recent months. With superstars like Logan Paul, LA Knight, and Carmelo Hayes all eyeing the title picture, the scene was chaotic but lacked the emotional depth Dragunov brings. WWE officials have reportedly been planning a U.S. Championship Open Challenge series for late 2025, and sources suggest Dragunov could be at the center of it. His comeback promo wasn't just self-expression, it was a challenge to anyone daring enough to step into his world of pain. The question is, who's brave enough to answer? Possible rivalries ahead. 1. Carmelo Hayes, the unfinished business. Carmelo Hayes has been riding a wave of arrogance since moving to SmackDown, proclaiming himself the highlight of the blue brand. But Dragunov's return promo directly targeted him, reviving the rivalry that once defined NXT. Their matches in NXT were a perfect clash of styles, Melo's finesse versus Dragunov's brutality. Now, with both men positioned as top-tier talents, a renewed feud could elevate the entire mid-card division. Fans have already taken to Twitter, predicting match of the year potential if they collide for the title on a major pay-per-view. 2. Gunther, the eternal rival. Even after Gunther's reign of dominance as Intercontinental Champion, his legacy remains tied to Dragunov. Their chemistry is unmatched, not as friends, but as eternal rivals. WWE insiders have hinted that Gunther may be shifting back to the US title scene after his recent main event program ended. If that happens, fans might witness the trilogy, Dragunov vs. Gunther 3, on the grandest stage yet. Imagine it. Two warriors, one more time, for the US gold. The story writes itself. 3. Trick Williams, the rising star. Another possible contender is Trick Williams, whose charisma and athleticism have made him one of the fastest rising stars in WWE. While Trick's feud with Carmelo Hayes has captured headlines, a collision with Dragunov could create a fascinating dynamic, pure heart versus pure pain. Williams's confidence meets Dragunov's chaos, a match that could define the next generation of WWE storytelling. WWE's creative shift in Dragunov's role. In recent months, WWE's creative direction under Triple H has leaned toward authenticity, emotional storytelling, real rivalries, and performers who blur the line between fiction and reality. Few embody that shift better than Ilja Dragunov. He doesn't rely on flashy promos or overproduced segments. He lets his matches speak for him. When he says, "Pain shall entertain you," it's not just for the cameras, it's the core of his identity. WWE's decision to place him at the heart of SmackDown's US title division signals a commitment to wrestling purity. Fans who crave realism, intensity, and heart are finally getting a champion who represents those values. Fan reactions. Social media erupts. Within hours of Dragunov's promo, #Ilja Dragunov was trending on X, formerly Twitter. Clips of his return circulated across Reddit and YouTube, with fans describing the segment as chills-inducing and a masterclass in emotional storytelling. Some fans compared his philosophy to that of classic icons like Mick Foley, who also treated pain as performance art. Others praised WWE for giving the spotlight to a European wrestler with a completely different energy, quiet, philosophical, yet terrifyingly intense. One viral comment summed it up perfectly. Greater than, Dragunov doesn't sell pain, he sells the beauty of enduring it. Why Dragunov connects with fans. Ilja Dragunov represents something rare in modern wrestling, sincerity. While many characters are built on catchphrases and marketing, Dragunov's persona feels raw and personal. He's not pretending to be someone else. He's a man wrestling against his own limitations, using pain as a mirror to reflect his soul. That's why fans believe in him. Every slap, every headbutt, every scream feels real, because for him, it is. He once said in an interview with BT Sport, "Greater than, pain is truth. The body lies, but pain never does." That's Dragunov in a nutshell, a man who doesn't just fight opponents but wrestles the very idea of human endurance. Potential pay-per-view scenarios. Rumors suggest WWE might be planning for Dragunov to defend his U.S. Championship at Survivor Series, War Games 2025. There's talk of a multi-man match involving Carmelo Hayes, LA Knight, and possibly a surprise return from Sheamus, creating a clash of personalities around one of WWE's most coveted secondary titles. But insiders believe WWE could build towards something more cinematic, Dragunov vs. Gunther 3 at WrestleMania 42. If that happens, it wouldn't just be another match. It would be a story of legacy, endurance, and the pain that entertains us all. Behind the scenes, WWE trusts Dragunov. According to reports from Fightful Select and PW Insider, Dragunov has earned immense respect backstage for his professionalism and work ethic. Producers reportedly describe him as a machine who never stops refining his craft. Triple H himself is said to be a huge supporter, seeing Dragunov as one of WWE's most authentic performers, someone who can bridge the gap between the hardcore wrestling audience and mainstream fans. That level of trust could see him positioned as one of the faces of SmackDown in 2026, potentially even transitioning into world title contention once his U.S. Championship run concludes. Legacy in the making. At just 31 years old, Ilja Dragunov has already built a legacy most wrestlers dream of. From NXT UK to the US main roster, from battling Gunther to conquering Carmelo Hayes, his journey has been a testament to resilience and passion. But what sets him apart isn't gold or glory, it's purpose. His message, "Pain shall entertain you," isn't just for the WWE universe. It's for every fan who's ever found beauty in the struggle, who understands that greatness is born from endurance. Final thoughts. Ilja Dragunov's return as United States champion marks a turning point for WWE. In an era often dominated by spectacle, he brings substance. In a business built on illusion, he offers truth. His presence reminds the world that professional wrestling, at its core, is about emotion, the shared experience of suffering, triumph, and redemption.